Soul Twin Audios. Stories created solely with the vintage soul in mind.
OTRTSTA, what story can I connect you with today?
I don't really need a story. I just wanted information.
Very well. Tune your radio dial to anchor.fm/Soul Twin Audios. That's SOLE.
Soul Twin Talk, a backstage pass into productions at Soul Twin Audios through guest interviews, commentaries, promos, and featuring your teasers and trailers. Welcome back to another episode of Soul Twin Talk. It looks like I will get this episode out on our regular Sunday schedule, but it's not going to be as long as what I usually try to do. I'm still grieving, and I'm working through all of this. But I also want to try and stay busy, so here we are. In this episode, I'm going to include my interview with Vince Comegys-Davis, apologies Vince if I mispronounced your name, who runs the Out of the Ashes podcast. I actually have a role in that, which is really fun. I play this character called Amara, and she's just a lot of fun. I'll talk about that later on at another time. I'm also going to share my new demo with you that Katie Dinart created for me based on several clips from scripts I wrote and recorded for her. Thank you so much, Katie, for putting that together for me. And I'm also going to share, or rather reshare, the teaser for the first episode of Cursed Dwellings, which you'll either hear that in a finished version of Dark Paradise Episode 2, which I'm going to try to get that completed on October 3rd, as I originally planned. It's going to depend on whether or not I hear back from my other guest that I would like to interview. If we can set up a time to interview on Monday, then I can spend the rest of the time mixing everything and getting that out. It'll probably be later in the day, but that's kind of my plan. But if we don't get to it, then I might just kind of wait a little bit, or I might release Cursed Dwellings Episode 1 by itself for now. I haven't decided yet. For a special episode sometime soon, I intend to talk to Adam Murciano in real time about his latest project, Ice Cream, from his podcast, 911 Podcast. It's a really well-written horror story, and everyone should check it out. This is just my brief recommendation. I really want to give it a proper interview, and I suspect if that method ends up working out, I will be planning on other interviews with other producers in real time, which means I actually get on Zoom and talk to them, and then I put the interview in like that, instead of this back and forth where I record the questions and then they record the answers and then I splice them. Obviously, it works for now as a Q&A, but I'd really like to do the in real time when it's possible. Ross is currently mixing the music for A Tale of Tyranny, so once that's available, I will be releasing that. I'd like to welcome Vince Comegys-Davis to Soul Twin Talk. He is the creator of Out of the Ashes podcast. What do you feel is the most challenging aspect of being an audio drama content creator?
Well, for me, I would have to say it's two things. One, I started this thing with no knowledge of audio, like nothing. Didn't know about sound design, mixing, pacing, etc. I heard it and thought, oh, this can't be hard. Like, I was so wrong. So it's been a challenge of learning while doing. And two, it was a challenge understanding writing for audio dramas. My first script for audio was super difficult to translate from a screenplay. So all in all, I would say my biggest challenge was the learning curve. But, I have loved the challenge. It's been something that's really been keeping me going.
Could you tell us a little bit about Out of the Ashes and about what you're working on currently?
When I was talking about my first screenplay to audio scripts, not really translating the way I wanted to, that's my first show, Out of the Ashes. The first season went well, but it could have went so much better. But Out of the Ashes is a dark modern fantasy set in a post-apocalyptic world that brings the myths, lores, and legends we have grown up hearing to life, putting a spin on many stories while exposing many lesser known stories such as fables and, like I said, lores and legends. So at this moment, I am writing season 2 of Out of the Ashes. I have a second show called The Hunting Season in the pipeline right now. Uh, you can listen to that trailer on your podcatcher of choice. It's pretty much everywhere at this point. I actually have also another one in post production, and then I have a fourth show right now that is actually in the brainstorming phase.
Do you have any advice for people who would like to get into the audio drama scene, either in voice acting or producing audio drama content?
Yes. So if you're getting into voice acting, a lot of people focus on getting the perfect mic and interface, a bunch of other things, etc. But I say the most important aspect is the space in which you're recording. You want to treat your space to aid in the best sound quality. If you're looking into producing audio dramas, the best advice I can give is to talk to others. The audio drama community is so welcoming and everyone is so willing to help. The community, honestly, is your greatest resource.
Are there other podcasts you would recommend listening to?
Oof. There's so many. Haunted House Flippers, Hit the Bricks, Human Error, Meteor City, Book of Constellations, Care and Feeding of Werewolves, The Morbid Forest, Inko, City of Ghosts, Mailtopia, Cellar Letters, Wake of Corrosion, Your Show. God, there's so many more, so many more. It's just when I feel like when you are trying to do something like, let's say, producing an audio drama, I feel like you should be a student of the game as well. So like, you should listen to others as well and get ideas and get inspired to try different things and push the envelope. This is a ever evolving area to get into, so there's always something new to try. But yeah, gosh, there's so many more I could name, but yeah, I'm gonna stop there.
All right, where is she? Where's Holly? Holly? Which one? Floyd, Logan, or Spencer? Oh, and then there's April's. But she was one of the lucky ones and got rescued from this joint. It starts with, I wish. One tiny desire hidden away in the darkest corner of your mind. You whisper it at first, until it grows louder, taking over your senses, haunting your entire being. There you will find me. Night has fallen upon the great estate, and yet the occupants within lie restless, plagued with their own dark secrets. The last time, she wanted to buy cookies from me and kept calling me Amelia. That's all I ever hear. Amelia, cookies, or paintings. I remember when you picked me up from work that night. You came in with your hands covering your ears as if you were protecting them from bleeding. The music isn't that loud, I had told you, but I don't think you believed me. We settled into your car, the same one you promised me I could have when you bought a new one, and drove home listening to the tunes of Irving Berlin. Yeah, blue skies were smiling at me then too, Dad. Narcissists manipulate. They make you feel like you're going crazy. Will it hurt him a lot? That depends on you. I've never hurt him on purpose, even when he and I were together and having problems. Second thoughts are normal, but I urge you to remember every damning transgression you shared with me. I'm here to help you. Think of this as an alternative to therapy. This is Rachel Pulliam. Contact me on Twitter at SoulTwinAudios. SOLE.
I return to the town I once called my home, in a place where I hope not to be found, among the inhabitants of Collinwood.
I don't know why you and everyone else is talking funerals when there won't be one.
Be sensible, Elizabeth. We both heard Dr. Reeves' diagnosis. I imagine he'll want to come here straight away and confirm what we already know.
Cursed Dwellings, a dark paradise saga, was created by Rachel Pulliam for Soul Twin Audios.
This concludes this episode of Soul Twin Talk. I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Be safe, be happy, and always remember,
I can do anything. I can reach any goal today. I can do what I want. I can be what I want to be.
You've been listening to episode 15 of Soul Twin Talk. I'm your host, Rachel Pulliam, and I'd like to thank my guest Vince Comegys-Davis for being with me here today. I'd also like to thank Katie Denard for creating that awesome demo for me. All music was composed by Ross Bernhardt, with additional incidental music by Storyblocks. Soul Twin Talk is a Soul Twin Audios production created by Rachel Pulliam in 2022.